History has seen great minds achieve remarkable things, and there was one thing they all had in common: the way they socialized, or rather, how little they did. They kept a distance from nonsense. Just as Schopenhauer said, "Society is in this respect like a fire, the wise man warming himself at a proper distance from it." And in this video, we will be discussing that exact thing about why intelligent minds just don't care about their social life. Intelligent people often find society less a source of comfort and more an obstacle to authentic thought. Schopenhauer viewed social life as largely performance and illusion, a stage where the glories of the world are mere outward show and noisy crowds carry a persistent sense of emptiness. Social rituals, from lavish parties to the gestures of admiration and conversation, often conceal envy and hypocrisy, while most people adopt the prevailing value judgments of their society without question. For the discerning intellect, this superficiality is intolerable. Schopenhauer warned that those who excel in understanding are often met with resentment. By keeping a careful distance, the thinker can witness society without being consumed by its mockery or envy. Friedrich Nietzsche expanded this critique by highlighting the dominance of herd morality, where comfort, conformity, and egalitarian ideals suppress individual excellence. In Beyond Good and Evil, he observes that the exceptional thinker is often branded immoral simply for transcending mediocrity, while the herd celebrates weakness as virtue. In Thus Spoke Zarathustra, the last man embodies society's allergy to risk. Everyone desires the same, and those who feel different risk isolation or madness. In such a world, true greatness demands solitude. Nietzsche argued that being able to live independently, to stand alone while pursuing lofty goals, is inseparable from intellectual and creative freedom. Shallow social interactions, governed by common opinion and democratic banality, are stifling to minds that crave depth and substance. This need for distance is not merely philosophical. Conversations about trivialities, celebrity gossip, or everyday routines feel draining to those whose thoughts dwell on complexity and novelty. Schopenhauer noted that unreflective talkers shackle conversation with platitudes, while Nietzsche derided the herd's obsession with safety, comfort, and mediocrity. Creative souls, in contrast, seek to plant trees whose shade will benefit future generations, a metaphor for work that requires focus and solitude. Even in friendly social contexts, the intelligent mind may feel alien, forced to wear masks to navigate interactions, a tension captured by Nietzsche's observation that solitary spirits must constantly put on appearances contrary to their inner truth. Fyodor Dostoevsky's Notes from Underground dramatizes the burden of heightened consciousness. The underground man declares, "To be too conscious is an illness, a real, thoroughgoing illness, highlighting the isolation imposed by acute awareness. Every social convention feels hypocritical, and every shallow opinion offensive." Characters like Ivan Karamazov or Prince Myshkin illustrate how intelligence and conscience can clash violently with ordinary society, leaving them chronically alienated. Modern psychology would describe this as hypervigilance to human motives, producing anxiety and discomfort in crowds. Aldous Huxley later described the same instinct as a religion of solitude, noting that the more original and powerful the mind, the more it seeks the sacred discipline of alone time. Albert Einstein echoed this sentiment. "I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity." Solitude, in this view, is not loneliness but a deliberate and enriching choice, a space where creativity, authenticity, and true understanding flourish without compromise. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Intelligence has always provoked discomfort, envy, and even hostility. Einstein knew this well, noting that ordinary minds cannot comprehend someone who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudices. Today, psychological research confirms what philosophers have long observed. Encountering exceptional intellect can trigger feelings of threat or pain, as if one's own limitations are reflected back like a mirror. When faced with this reflection, the less capable instinctively defend themselves, sometimes by attacking or belittling the thinker. Schopenhauer recognized this centuries ago, noting that exposing another's limitations inevitably sparks hidden envy. Throughout history, brilliance has often met with social rejection or persecution. Socrates condemned for challenging accepted norms. Galileo faced the Inquisition for proving that Earth orbits the sun. Artists and poets have been mocked in their own time. Van Gogh's paintings, for instance, were scorned before later acclaim. In literature, Emily Dickinson wrote prodigiously, but rarely left home, achieving recognition only posthumously. Exceptional minds, it seems, often trade social approval for the freedom to think and create. Yet solitude is not without cost. Humans are fundamentally social beings, and excessive isolation can lead to loneliness and despair. The challenge, then, is balance. Using solitude as a tool for freedom, reflection, and creativity, rather than an excuse for complete withdrawal. For the thoughtful mind, the first step to social harmony is understanding the difference between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is a voluntary retreat into one's own thoughts, a sanctuary for reflection and creativity. Loneliness, by contrast, is an involuntary state, a painful lack of connection. The intelligent person must learn to step into this inner sanctuary while remaining aware when isolation becomes painful, a sign that human connection is being neglected. Henry David Thoreau, who retreated to Walden Pond, also sought balance. Keep 3 chairs in your house, 1 for solitude, 2 for friendship, 3 for society. Knowing when and how to engage is crucial. Quality should outweigh quantity. Small gatherings with like-minded individuals are far more rewarding than large crowds. Seek conversations that stimulate and inspire. As Thoreau put it, a man thinking or working is always alone, let him be where he will. Even among people, an intense mind may feel isolated unless exchange is meaningful. Be honest and gentle. Redirect discussions toward topics of interest. Listen actively, and offer help or insight when appropriate. Socializing does not require endless small talk. Authenticity can be the intellectual's most valuable contribution. Schopenhauer advised bearing misjudgment and envy stoically, sharing only what is necessary, and maintaining boundaries to avoid being contaminated or outraged by society. Moderation is key. Avoid being a fool who, on getting scorched, runs away and shivers in solitude.